Welcome to Rokani Sports, guys. England won, Denmark won. Remember, Denmark was the first one to come through and score a fantastic free kick. And the team which goes by names of England gold and equalizer through our protein cross by Bukayo Saka, who is really break to that position where a player who goes by names of Jadon Sancho is supposed to be playing in here. It's 1-1. England 1, Denmark 1. Thank you for watching in Rokani Sports. England just here. Luke Shobidi brought in a nice one. It was really flicked off into a corner, and I think it's a corner for England. It's 1-1. England taking on a team which goes by Mason Mount. Well brought in corner, headed out. Harry Maguire heads it, but he never really hit it very well. And the ball lands straight into the hands of the goalkeeper of England, who goes by the names of Kasper Schmeichel. Remember, Kasper Schmeichel is a son to a Manchester United legend who goes by the names of Kasper Schmeichel. Thank you guys for watching in. Your predictions are welcome here onto Rokani Sports. But we are really going through this and we expect to bring you the best out of this. Thank you guys for watching in. England is taking on Denmark. Jadon Sancho started on the bench. Sancho is on the bench, and we are waiting to see. And you're really waiting to see what really comes through. England really having a lion's share of the possession, but their attacks are not all that threatening. My problem is, oh my god, this is who Mason Mount tries to shoot, and this is Saka. Chips into the ball and it's headed away. But Mason Mount really had a very good chance in here to put England ahead, but he didn't really do the needful that is expected out of him. Denmark on the attack. Denmark on the attack. Denmark, but Harry Maguire regains possession in here for England. But Mikael Damsgaard scored a fantastic free kick. Bukayo Saka has been brought down and the referee says play on no free kick this time. It looks like England. Kevin Phillips finds Mason Mount. Mason Mount really cannot really get that ball through. That final ball, I think he's not good at really that final, especially those small touches in there that are supposed to do for a team which goes by the names of England. That is Mason Mount for you. But England are on the attack again. Kevin Phillips finds out a Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker taking the ball to Vestergaard. Kevin Phillips. Remember, Denmark played with a 3-4-3 and England are playing with a 4-2-3-1 in here. Raheem Sterling finds a Bukayo Saka and Mason Mount hits it. It goes directly to the hands of the goalkeeper, who goes by the names of Kasper Schmeichel. It never really had the energy that would really force the goalkeeper maybe to save it by fisting it away or really going to the back of the net. Right, Denmark is bringing on two substitutes. There is a danger man in here. I know him very well in scoring goals in here. He's really someone great. I think he's shot number 20. England is putting on some good pressure, but all I can tell you is that it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. Not many people really coming through, but people are really telling a man who goes by the names of Southgate that please, can you get on a player who goes by the names of Jack Grealish and maybe a Sancho, because it looks like he needs to launch a Jack Grealish into the midfield in here to play alongside the lad who goes by the names of, I think right now it's better you get off a player, a Kevin Phillips in there, but I don't think he's really brave enough to do that. If I were the coach of England, I would have gotten off a Kevin Phillips and I bring on a Jack Grealish, such that a player who goes by the names of Mason Mount really plays back, plays deep, with the player who goes by names of Declan Rice, and a Jack Grealish takes on the middle of the pack role in there. But I don't know whether the coach of a team which goes by names of England really has the balls to do that. But if at all I were the coach, I would have done that, because there is nothing to lose. It's better you take that ball all out. All else, penalties will really see them off. So I don't think that there is any coach who really wants to go to penalties. I don't think that coach is there, because especially for a team like England, managers who really want to go for what we call the penalties are those that are really having weak teams. If at all you feel your team is weak, then you should call for penalties. But I don't think England, but according to the statistics, almost all of the tournaments where England has been playing, they've been playing penalties. So that's what I can tell you, that this game is more likely to end in penalties and substitutions being made here by a team which goes by names of Denmark. Thank you guys for watching it. It's the watch along. It's a team which goes by the names of Denmark taking on a team which goes by names of England. Thank you guys for watching on 2. It's 1-1. Nedgard is on. 67 minutes played. Let's wait and see. That means 23 minutes to go. Still 1-1 all draw. England conceding from a free kick, and Denmark an own goal from Simon. And this is Bukayo Saka trying to go in the middle of the area. Bukayo is playing very well, guys. He's playing really very well for England, this Arsenal star. Harry Kane comes deep to look for that ball, and he finds a Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker finds Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka drifts off his left and he chips the ball. It goes all out begging. It was a nice idea, and Jack Grealish is being launched in here. This is something that he would have done way earlier, because Jack Grealish is Jack Grealish. Trust me, he's really going to change this game. Jack Grealish is bad news for a team which goes by the names of Denmark. Bukayo Saka is off. So it looks like a player who goes by the names of Jack Grealish is going to play off the right wing, and Grealish is really going to play. Grealish might play to the left wing and Sterling will play to the right wing. I think that's how it's going to be. Yeah, I think that's how it's going to be. England really need a win out of this. This is not a result that they expected for, but for me, I really thought it's really going to be a hard one, because it's a semi-final, and so far it being a semi-final, And you saw what happened between a team which goes by names of Italy, and a team which goes by the names of Spain into the semi-final. Headed out. Welcome to Rokani Sports, guys. Feel free to go ahead and really do the needful. This is Rokani Sports. We are really trying to bring you this watch along of a team which goes by names of England. I was replying some quick message in here. England all over, a team which goes by the names of Denmark. They are really putting up some good pressure on them, but let's wait and see. Pickford in there, trying really to save England again. But Denmark are also not really afraid of really taking the ball to a team which goes by names of England. Grealish has been brought down. That's the power of a boy who goes by names of Jack Grealish, and that's the change he really brings to the team. And Denmark are really going to have a hard time ever since Jack Grealish really came on, and they're going to penalize most of them because I've seen a yellow card flashed in here to a player of a team which goes by names of Denmark. Yellow card has been flashed to a player of Denmark. And Luke Shaw is going to try to do what he did against a team which goes by names of Ukraine. Floated into that ball very well, and a player who goes by names of Harry Maguire made it with his head. It went in the back of the net. This time round, it wasn't the case. And it's Kevin Phillips. Finds a player who goes by names of Mason Mount. Mason finds a Sterling. Sterling loses possession. But there is a Jack Grealish in there. Grealish trying to utilize space in here. And that is a player who goes by names of Declan Rice. Declan Rice finds a Jack Grealish, floats it in to find a player who goes by the names of Mason Mount. Mount tries to chip into the area and has been very well saved by a player who goes by the names of Kasper Schmeichel. What a save, but Mount had really chipped something very well. What a chip. It was directly going into the goal, but Schmeichel came to the save of of Denmark, and it's a corner kick for a team which goes by names of England. And England are really launching up the best, and Jack Grealish in here utilizing space. Mason Mount chips the ball in, Sterling hits it, and it's deflected off the defenders. What a pass by Kevin Phillips. It finds a player who goes by names of Declan Rice, and it's Harry Kane into the area. He has been brought down. This is supposed to be a penalty, and the referee, Harry Kane, is down. The referee says no. He just put himself onto the ground, and the medics have flown onto the pitch. Let's wait and see. Yes, it was Harry Kane who really came in and did a foul, I think. So, oh my God, it looks like Harry Kane was brought down. In each and every angle, you see something different. But Harry Kane looks like he really tipped the ball, and the referee, there was not even penalty check. Potential penalty check. And it's over. It's not a penalty. It's a free kick for a team which goes by names of Denmark. Referee spot on. Smash a like on the video, comment and share. Hurricane in there. Looks like he was the man who really did the foul and it was against him. And the referee said, it's you really fouled. You have to face or dance to your own music. Thank you guys for watching in. Long ball. But it looks like Denmark are really onto a plan of going to penalties because they can't break out the free kick that they took and they got a goal. England looks like they are really all over them and they are looking a better side. But remember yesterday, a team that looked a better side lost. That was the team which goes by names of Spain. England are really trying to put up some passes in here. And I can tell you that they are really looking to be that team that are really wanting a win badly. But all in all, Denmark are really parking the bus. England are really playing a good game. They're really passing together. Ever since the introduction of Jack Grealish, things are no longer the same as they were. It's that same old song. Sorry, it's not that same old song that we've been singing that a Jack Grealish should be onto the pitch, and the manager really went up for it. Grealish to the pitch, and things are no longer the same as they used to be. It's England 1, Denmark 1. Minutes played, 75. 5 minutes to the 80th minute. And all I can tell you is that we are here. Whether extra time, whether penalties, we are here. And we are really going to bring you all what it takes. If at all you really onto this channel, you are really going to get the best out of the game. Ball chipped in, and this is who? Kyle Walker shields it out, and it's a goal kick for England. England look like they're really wanting to win. They feel like it's not supposed to go elsewhere, whether extra time or penalties. It's not supposed to go anywhere. It's supposed to be their win. Jermaine Pickford, it's a goal kick for England. I think he's going to take a long one. He's not going to start a short one. Jermaine Pickford takes some time, hits it with his left foot. Hurricane, Declan Rice gets the ball. They find a Raheem Sterling in here, and they get a Kyle Walker wide on the right. This is Kyle Walker. Tries to find a Sterling. Sterling, there is space. You know him when there is space, but they have been very blocked by Denmark in there, and Denmark really are trying to launch an attack to a team. Harry Maguire doing a nice block in here, finding a man who goes by names of Jack Grealish, but it has been well defended and blocked by a Denmark player in there. And as we speak right about now, a player of Denmark is down and the referee has blown the whistle. The referee has blown the whistle and we don't know really what happened to him. I think it's like a stretch of a muscle. Christiansen, who plays for a team which goes by names of Chelsea, is down, and he plays for a team which goes by names of Denmark. Looks like can he hold it anymore? Looks like the captain is telling him, please get up, get up. Christiansen is down, but he knows most of these players because they play to the Premier League. That is Christiansen in there for you. It's the watch along. And a team which goes by the names of Denmark is really bringing on the fourth substitution of the day. Joachim Andersen looks like he's coming on, and Christiansen is not cannot really make it through the game. And Joachim Andersen is coming on for Christiansen. It's a big blow for a team which goes by the names of Denmark, because Christiansen is one of the experienced players. He plays for a team which goes by the name of Chelsea. He played into the Champions League final, if I remember very well. So it's not good news to see to it that he's off the pitch. It's not good news to see to it that he's off the pitch, but all I can tell you is that England are into this, and we are ready to see to it that we bring you the entire match in here. So for 1-1, England are all over. A team which goes by the names of Denmark, and Denmark are left with just, I think, one substitution in here. Luke Shaw, the left back of England, is going to start a short one. Remember, England really need this to get down the road. because they really don't want to go to the penalties. No team wants to go to the penalties unless you have a Martinez in there like Argentina yesterday. You know what it happened for Argentina. A goalkeeper saved 3 penalties just to it that they really got through. It did take Messi to score the last penalty. Shaw crosses the ball in, and Kevin Phillips hits it, and it goes out. England are over a team which goes by names of Denmark, and Denmark are really onto what they really feel like, and it has been tapped in by the captain Simon Kjaer, and England are calling for corner kick. Corner kick for England. That's what England is calling for. Kevin Phillips, no one thought that was really going to come through, but the referee says it's a goal kick. No one thought Kevin Phillips would make it into the midfield, but he's really doing great, being coached by a man who goes by names of Michel Bielsa, a manager for Leeds in there, and Kevin Phillips is really doing great. His hold-up play is really up to standards, and it's really nice to see it that he's playing to this level. Throw in for a team which goes by names of England. For us who have watched football for a very long time, we've seen shockers into the semi-finals, guys. Shockers are everywhere, and you shouldn't really criticize a team which goes by names of England, because pressure is always too much onto this. And I can assure you that there is no way you can really blame people in here, because this is a semi-final, and it requires quality of the highest order really to get through. Mason Mount loses possession in here. Denmark losing possession, and it's Jack Grealish with the ball. Jack Grealish, it's Mason Mount. Mount into the midfield, and the referee says it's the free kick. Mount has been brought down. Oh my God. Denmark, what the best they are doing on the pitch is one, they are really trying to do the needful and really foul these players. Delaney has brought down a player who goes by the names of Mason Mount. That is Delaney, but Mason Mount had really done a very good turn in there, and I think he's playing to the position where Jack Grealish is supposed to be playing. Grealish on the back and playing off the left wing, not effective. I think they're missing out on a lot. This is who? Luke Shaw takes in a set piece, headed out. Harry Maguire again. Alright, this one is John Stones. John Stones from Man City. Very well brought in free kick by Luke Shaw, but poorly directed by a player who goes by the names of Phil Jones. Sorry, John Stones in there. England up to it again. Sorry for that. Smash a like on the video, comment and share. Denmark on the attack. Remember, 82 minutes played right now. 82 minutes played. England are really having one of the hardest times onto the pitch right now. Oh my God. England are really having one of the hardest time onto the pitch right now. But all I can tell you is that 6 minutes are left to play to accomplish the entire 90 minutes. But Denmark are launching a very attack in here. England, can England survive? Ball chipped in, it goes begging, it goes begging, it goes begging, and it's a goal kick for a team which goes by names of England. Pickford, Jermaine Pickford, is the goalkeeper of a team which goes by names of England. This time around, is he starting a short one? He says no. Hits it long. They are tracing for Harry Kane. Will he win the header? Simon Kaja is really tight marking a man who goes by names of Harry Kane. Simon Kaja in there. And Harry Maguire really comes in through, and it's a free kick for a team which goes by names of England. Harry Maguire really doing the best supposed to do and protecting that back four of a team which goes by names of England. England have suffered made one substitution. But I'm wondering, if at all I was the coach of England, I would have brought Jack Grealish and the man who goes by names of Jadon Sancho at the same time onto the pitch, because I think they really were much better when they are really doing this. I think they should really, that's what they would have done. Grealish should be playing to the middle of the park. Mason Mount should be off the pitch. I don't know the main reason as to why Mason is still onto the pitch, but I think Grealish is more deadly when he's playing with the man who goes by names of Sancho. Denmark are really looking very, very confident, and they feel like they are playing for their draw, and they feel like they want to go to the 30 minutes, and they will go to penalties, and they shock a team which goes by names of England. And Kasper Schmeichel is good at saving penalties. The same applies to Jermaine Pickford. Sometimes he does so, and we don't know whether this game is going to end. But what I can tell you is that looks like Denmark is really cooling this game down to go to extra time, and then they want to finish it in penalties in here. But will England allow them to do so? Let's wait and see. Harry Maguire heads it out. Declan Rice into the midfield area, but Jack Grealish regains possession. It's a corner for Denmark. Grealish is the spark for all of this. If anything goes bad and there is another player of Denmark who is down, Delaney is down, anything can happen into this corner. Denmark can see themselves into the final because 3 minutes are yet to be played into this remaining half. And we look at what the coach of Denmark is doing. It's something great. That's the same thing that the coach of Villarreal did when United was playing a team which goes by the names of Villarreal. Towards the end of the second half, because he knew that they were going to the extra time, he brought on very many players onto the pitch. The 5 substitutions, he put them on the pitch such that they really gained up their fitness, and when they went into the 30 minutes, they are really up there. And this is something that England is not doing, and I don't know why they are not doing it. And they'll regret if at all this goal goes in for Sancho not coming onto the pitch. And when you look at how things are really looking, it's a free kick now for England. So that is something that a manager who goes by names of Gareth Southgate should really think of. I don't see the reason as to why we should keep on players like those, yet you have a Sancho. Sancho should be on the pitch right now. I think Mason Mount has done his work. You have to let him go rest. Sancho is good on taking penalties, but we're afraid of that. Mount should be off the pitch. Such that Jack Grealish starts to play into the middle of the park, because that's the position where he plays best. That is Jack Grealish in there for you. So I don't know the reason as to why they are really not bringing him onto the pitch. That's one of my reasons and reservation that I'm really asking myself in here. Why aren't they doing the needful to bring on a player who goes by the names of Sancho, such that Jack Grealish gets back into the middle of the pitch? Mount is not that kind of player, and I don't know whether the coach knows it or not, but Sterling in the middle of the park finds a Harry Maguire, John Stones. Luke Shaw links up with Jack Grealish. Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw. Into the 18 yards box area, finds Harry Kane. This is the Declan Rice. Tries really to do the needful, but he has been well defended. Kyle Walker. Harry Kane, Kevin Phillips, Luke Shaw. Kevin Phillips in there. Throw in for England. Throw in for England. England fans still expectant that something might happen through. 6 minutes have been added. 6 minutes of extra time have been added, and we wait to see where all this is going to end at. Kyle Walker finds a Jack Grealish. Grealish. Luke Shaw chips the ball in. Harry Kane in the 89 box area. Harry Kane taking his time, and he has lost the ball to a team which goes by names of Denmark. He was doing a lot. I thought shooting would have been better. You shoot and see what really comes through. But England regains possession. Oh my, oh my, oh my. I really can't tell you. I really can't confirm what is really going through. But this is something that we should really all be up to. And watching a player who goes by names of Raheem Sterling finds Kyle Walker. Kevin Phillips in the middle of the park, playing the midfield pivot with Declan Rice. Such good players that England are having, exciting, but the coach is afraid of really putting or pouring the talent that he has onto the pitch. England. Luke Shaw finds Kevin Phillips. Remember, we are into the 6 added minutes to end the 90 minutes. England are really playing very well. They are really... Kevin Phillips tries to launch a long one, finds Mason Mount. Mount Mason. Sterling finds a Kyle Walker. They find a Declan Rice. Kyle Walker has really put in a joking pass in here, but England really regained possession, and the player who goes by names of Luke Shaw has been brought down, and it's a free kick for a team which goes by names of England, and I think they are floating it directly into the 18 yards box area. They had started a quick one, but the referee calls the ball back, tells them don't start a quick one. Raheem Sterling put into the 18 yards box area, well defended by Simon Kaja, the defender of a team which goes by names of Denmark. Kasper Schmeichel is the one with the ball right now. Goalkeeper for Leicester City, country. Mason Mount, what a nice play in here. Can Raheem Sterling put a nice delivery in here, sets down a defender and finds a play. Harry Kane finds a hole. Kevin Phillips. Kevin Phillips shoots over the bar. Over the bar. But Raheem Sterling had really done a nice move. But Harry Kane really failed to put the ball into the best shooting position in here. The player needed to be sat down in here. Jack Grealish area. That's the Jack Grealish area. And I don't know why the manager has not yet really put him into that position where he plays best. That is Jack Grealish in there for you. So, thank you for watching in. It's always nice having you on this channel. This is none other than Rokani Sports, and we are doing the watch along of England versus Denmark. It's still 1-1. 1-1. Stones. It finds Harry Kane. Harry Kane takes off one player, and he has space to utilize it here very well. He has been brought down, Harry Kane, and it's a free kick for a team which goes by names of England into the remaining 2 minutes, into the added 6 in here. Harry Kane taking his time, trying to sit down defenders in here for a team which goes by names of Denmark. But all in all, it resulted into a free kick, and it's the last free kick for a team which goes by names of England. Maybe let's wait and see what's going to come out of this, because it's being brought in by Mason Mount. England, they are crossing their fingers. Mount, Harry Maguire heads it, and it goes directly into the hands of the goalkeeper. Harry Maguire has really won close to 4 headers into the 6 yards area from free kicks and corners, but he has not yet directed any into the back of the net. All of them are on target, but he has failed really to get power onto. He has failed to put power onto the headers. That is Harry Maguire in there, and hence he is not really directing well. England are applying good pressure here, but they need to improve on purpose. Ball possession won't count much. Yes, that's it. And what does that mean? It means you have to have a Sancho onto the pitch to really create some magic right now. And I think Raheem Sterling should be taken off. Maybe you can bring in a Marcus Rashford, because there is no need of Raheem Sterling playing 120 minutes right now, because he has passed out. Bringing a Marcus Rashford off the left and bringing in a Sancho off the right, and Jack Grealish will get into the middle of the park and magic will happen. Maybe a Jadon Henderson is also needed in the place of a player who goes by names of Kevin Phillips in there, because he's really good when it comes to passing the ball. Sterling really puts down 2 players and sits them down, and he has been brought down, but the referee says no, that's not a foul, says the referee. Looks like we are going into extra time, and anytime from now the referee is going to blow a whistle. The referee is going to blow a whistle to finish this one. Does England have a player who can take a long one to the 18 box area? That's what Kyle Walker is planning to do. Kyle Walker, he's going to take a long throw into the 18 yards box area. Long throw taken. Hurricane heads it. And the referee is going to blow the whistle. It can't really. Grealish, Jack Grealish, can he do some magic in here? This is Mason Mount, chips in the ball. Grealish. England can score, and we go to extra time. We go to extra time. Grealish. Oh my God, Harry Kane missing out. He has missed out on that, but Jack Grealish had really created it very well from that left side. England, full time. Now we go to extra time. 30 minutes extra. You are seeing the cowardice of the manager of England right now. He's really a coward. There are things that he's really supposed to do. Southgate is a coward. He's a coward, I can tell you, he's a coward. He's a coward. He's a coward. When you look at how things are really going on, Grealish should be in the middle of the park. Rashford playing off the left and Sancho playing off the right, because you cannot play a Mason Mount and a player who goes by the names of Sterling 120 minutes right now. He should get them on. That's what I really think into this one, because it looks like they are really not having it. Why should you really look at going to penalties? Why should you really look at going to penalties? Is there a manager who likes penalties? Unless the team is weak. You're saying that you are really eyeing penalties. That means your team is too weak. That means your team is too weak. Yes, that's what it means. That your team is too weak, and the only way you can save yourself is that you can do something for yourself is by you going to penalties in there. But I don't really think England would fancy into that. I don't know what Southgate is telling them right now. I don't know what Southgate is telling them. I don't know really what Southgate is telling them, but There is no search for Phil Foden to come on, and I think Sancho should be onto the pitch, and I don't know why he's still clinging onto this. Bring on the Rashford, because he's good at running, he can run them down. Bring on the Sancho onto the right wing, because what Denmark is doing, Denmark is sitting back. They are sitting back and they are playing a pass. All what they want is going in for penalties. Bring on Phil Foden. Looks like it's bringing on the Phil Foden. So Ken and Keja spinning the coin, and now they've taken sides. And let's get into these 30 minutes and see. Semi-final into a high gear. Harry Kane telling his fellow players that we can make this happen. We can make this happen. We can make this happen. Southgate with his fellow team, all the coaching staff really, but he's the man responsible for seeing himself into these minutes in here. If I were him, I would have really brought on a Jadon Sancho, take off Mason Mount, put Jack Grealish into the middle of the park, get on a Jordan Henderson into the middle of the park, partnering with a man who goes by names of Declan Rice in there, then everything would have been okay. But right now, he just looks like he's into and he's fancying this will happen. Simon Kaja, the captain, they are doing it for a man who goes by names of Christian Eriksen, who really almost died onto the pitch in their first game against a team which goes by names of Finland. Mount still on the pitch, and these are choices that a manager should really make, but I don't think he has the guts really to make such choices and make such changes onto the pitch. England 1, Denmark 1. We are into that 30 minutes. 2 halves of 15 minutes each. We are into that. Thank you for watching Rokani Sports. England 1, Denmark 1. Watch along Euros 2020. I think everyone will want to see a final between a team which goes by names of England and Italy. And let's wait and see whether we are yet to see that finale. Luke Shaw heads it out and it's a throw in for a team which goes by names of England. That's what we all want to watch. We want England and Italy. We want England and Italy, that's it. I don't know, guys. What final do you want? Don't you want to see England playing Italy? That's what we want to watch. Me too. I want to watch that. I want to see England playing a team which goes by names of Italy in Wembley. Yeah, that's what I really want to watch over the weekend. Sorry for that. Denmark. Cash pass Michael. Chips into Luke Shaw, really heads it out. Luke Shaw is in a splendid team form. Looking great. He was held by Roberto Carlos in here. He has brought in a couple of crosses today, though they never made it to what we call an assist in here. Grealish, such a talent. Declan Rice, finding Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker finds John Stones. Harry Maguire. Kevin Phillips, Luke Shaw. Well match blocked, and it's a free kick. Throw in. Now I'm wondering, Phil Foden is being brought on the pitch, not Jadon Sancho. Oh my God. And you see, he might get off a Sterling onto the pitch. Phil Foden is coming onto the pitch. I don't know the main reason for Foden coming But England, it's up to the manager. Grealish has been brought down in the middle of the park, and the referee needs to do the needful. A yellow card needs to be flashed on the, but Grealish had really done great. Turned around two defenders with his intensity and skill. He had really done it again. That is Grealish for you. Luke Shaw. Hurricane! Nice save. What a save by Peter Schmeichel. Oh my God. Kevin Phillips had really released Hurricane, and Hurricane really put up a very good shot. And this is Grealish on the attack. Declan Rice finds a Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker finds a Raheem Sterling. Sterling getting space into the 18 yards box area. Well much defended. All the bodies of the Denmark players are into the box. And the player is down again. This is the tactic they're really going to use. It's a delaying tactic in here. But a player who goes by names of Raheem Sterling had really, and he was pushed, by the way. That is a penalty. He was pushed. He was pushed. As he crossed the ball, he was pushed. Hurricane had really tried to do the needful, but Kasper Schmeichel saved all his efforts. And he really saved that. And there was no England player near there to tap it in or rebound the ball into the middle of the park. Declan Rice has been taken off for Jordan Henderson. Yes, he needed to take one of those off into the 70th minute, because there is no need for playing a team that is sitting back and then you put up what we call two defensive midfielders in there. Mason Mount is off and a player who goes by names of Phil Foden is on. And for the Manchester United fans out there, I really want to let you know, this is a sign to you that Rashford is not a player, because if at all England has made 3 substitutions into the advanced positions in there and Rashford is not yet onto the pitch, it shows you that the player that we think that he is not the player that we think that he is. He's selfish, he runs a lot, and that's why the manager is not even thinking about him. Let's wait and see. I think it would have been a Sancho, not a Phil Foden. Stones, Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish in here finds a Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw goes past a player in here. He still has time to really cross in. Finds Phil Foden. Jack Grealish, who is really ready to launch that magic in here. Kevin Phillips is really having a very good day to the midfield of England. Today he's really playing great, and that's why Declan Rice has been taken off. Kyle Walker. One, two. Well much played. Ball chipped in. It finds Luke Shaw. What can Luke Shaw do? It's a corner. It's a corner for England. Sterling. And I predict that if at all England goes into what we call a penalty taking decision, sport taking, Raheem Sterling is going to miss. I've seen him miss penalty, so I I don't know the reasons why he's being kept on the pitch for all this long. Oh my God! A Harry Maguire header has been really deflected off by the goalkeeper. But England is over Jack Grealish, taking his time to the 18-box area. Raheem Sterling over the bar. What a bad shot from Raheem Sterling. Sitting down a defender, but he really fails to direct the ball in the back of the net. It's Raheem there for you, playing for a team which goes by names of England. Kasper Schmeichel. There is a header of Harry Maguire that really came through. Sterling, bad shot, bad shot. Foden, player down, and there's been Kyle Walker. England all over it, which was when to Denmark. They're attacking them left, right, and center, and Jack Grealish is into the middle of the park, I think. He's really a very good quality player. See, Mason Mount can't do that. He can't. Mason Mount can't do what Jack Grealish is doing. Kyle Walker. John Stones finds Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire finds in a John Stones. John Stones passes it wide to find Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker finds a Phil Foden. Foden turns around players in here from that side. Blind pass in here, but he chases it up, and the goalkeeper of Denmark hits it into the middle of the park, and it's like England have regained possession. Throw in for England. Jordan Henderson onto the pitch. Luke Shaw. Oh my God. England, are they really going to get a goal to rescue themselves from the misery of penalties? Because penalties is a misery. Kasper Schmeichel is good at saving penalties, I can tell you. I can assure you, Kasper Schmeichel. Kyle Walker headed out. It has been headed out, and now we go to a corner. Corner kick for England. 10 minutes played out of the 15 of the first half of the 30 minutes. Phil Foden bringing in a corner for England. Can this be the chance for England? Foden brings it in, headed out by Denmark. Kyle Walker into the final 5 minutes of the first half of the extra time. Kevin Phillips finds a player who goes by names of Luke Shaw. Luke finds a Kevin Phillips. John Stones wide to find a player who goes by names of Kyle Walker. Walker finds Phil Foden. Foden Phil. Harry Maguire, United captain. United has 2 players onto the pitch, and now they are going to play the entire 120 minutes. Jordan Henderson trying his magic, and Harry Maguire is trying to pass out. Raheem Sterling Raheem trying to sit down players in here. Oh my God, he has made it into the box and has been brought down. Raheem Sterling is down, and it's a penalty for England. Sterling has been brought down. Sterling has been brought down. It's a penalty for England. England penalty given. But look, oh my God, it's a penalty. No doubt. Penalty for England. Penalty for England. Harry Kane, this is his moment to equal the record of a player who goes by the name of Gary Lineker, and it's his chance. They are really checking the penalty. There is a penalty check, but I don't know what's the need of checking a penalty in there. That is a straight penalty. It's a penalty. Ken with a chance to equal. With a chance to equal. Lineker record. Ken goal has been saved and he hits it in. 2-1 for England. 2-1 for England. 2-1 for England. England 2. But I told you that a player who goes by the names of Kasper Schmeichel is good at saving penalties. He had saved it, but it was a really rebounder and he really got back into the back of the net. Harry Kane gives England a lead, but it has been some good magic foot by a player who goes by the names of look at Schmeichel. He had saved it. Schmeichel had saved it, but Harry Kane ran straight into it and he really hit it. That means Kane has now equaled the record of Gary Lineker. Harry Kane equals Gary Lineker's record in here. Looks like England are through because Denmark, if at all they really feel like they're really going to come on and attack them, this is what is really going to happen. England is going to play on the break, and I think England are now going to maintain what we call their game. England 2, Denmark 1. It's Harry Kane scoring his 4th goal into the tournament, and he can really go ahead and become a top scorer because the top scorers are all out. Ronaldo has 5 goals and very many others. Thank you guys for watching it. It's nice. England into the lead. England are into the lead. Denmark now have been always sitting back. Now they have the task to come up and really attack England and really open them up. Let's see what Denmark really has for this. It's England 2. England 2. Kane gives England a lead, and England are really having a counter. This is Kyle Walker. England are running all over the park, and it's the Euros 2020. Looks like they are into the final. Unless otherwise, England are into the final. Harry Kane has been brought down, and it's a free kick for England. England are into the final, no doubts. Unless otherwise, Wembley is chanting, Wembley is celebrating, Wembley, you know what it means. England, when England is up there, you know what it means. England and people in Wembley are up there and they are really celebrating. Thank you for watching in Rokani Sports. We promise to give you a 360 coverage. We are live. We are live. Thank you guys for watching in. The commentator said it's Harry Kane, and again, stop him if you can. That's what the commentator really went out and said. This is the watch along England versus the team which goes by the names of Denmark. Full time, we are really going into this. England are really feeling like they should really be the for and defend themselves, but Denmark are really bringing them. Throw in for a team which goes by names of England. England are really, it has been two players forward a player who goes. Two players forward a player who goes by names of Raheem Sterling, and there is no way this wouldn't have been a penalty. Two players, you can imagine, two players went in for one of the shortest and tiniest player onto the pitch who goes by names of Raheem Sterling. Can you imagine? Two players went in for Raheem Sterling. So there is no way it wouldn't have been a penalty. It's a penalty, and England are really leading the pack in there. For those that are really watching in, allow me show you how it really came up through. I want to show you how Sterling was brought down. I really want to show you how the lad was brought down. Let me fit it to the screen, but it's half time in here. I'm fitting it to the screen in here. Alright, those watching in, that is how Sterling was fouled. That's how Sterling was fouled. And I was wondering, why would the referee really go in and call him for a check? That was a pure penalty. Two players fouled a player who goes by names of Raheem Sterling. And he saw himself get down, and it was really a penalty. I mean, look at what is happening in Wembley. English fans are really chanting. They are chanting, and Harry Kane, the captain, has seen them through to what we call the first final, something that I really need to search about in here. When did England last play a final? I think it's way back. They have all the reasons to really. England last go to the final 30 years back ago in 1990 in there. That's when England last went into a final. That's why they are up everywhere and they are chanting. Yes, they last played a final 30 years back. England has every reason to celebrate this. Let's wait and see. Can they keep the lead into these minutes? Can they keep the lead into these minutes? That is something that we are waiting in here to see on Rokani Sports, because Denmark is really trying to gain back its momentum into this game. But let's wait and see whether it really saved them, because Wembley has gone mad. Wembley is mad. The fans are really all over a team which goes by names of the England supporters. English supporters are everywhere. They are really chanting. England last reached the final 40 years back. Can you imagine? 30 years back, that's when England last played the final. So they have all the reasons to chant themselves out and celebrate. Raheem Sterling coming through, and we're having Kieran Trippier. I think he's coming in for Luke Shaw. Kieran Trippier. Kieran. Remember, he's one of the players that United have put onto the short list, that they want really to bring him on to United. And they've taken off Jack Grealish. Which type of substitution is this? Which type of substitution is this? You take off Jack Grealish and injured? Why is Jack Grealish off? Why is Jack Grealish off? Has he sustained an injury? Oh my God. All England is planning really to play a back three. I think England is playing a back three right now with Harry Maguire, and a player who goes by the names of John Stones and Kyle Walker into that area. Those are the back three, and I think Luke Shaw, Kieran Trippier, they are playing on the wide, and I think Jordan Henderson, Phil Foden and the player who goes by the names of Kevin Phillips are into the middle of the pack. Those are the 5 players into the midfield, and I think Harry Kane is leading the line with the player who goes by names of Raheem Sterling. I think England have gone to a back 3. England get second period of extra time underway at Wembley with history tantalizingly within reach in there. Kylian Trippier replaces Jack Grealish in there for England. I've already told you that. History tantalizing within reach. That's England for you. History is tantalizing through reach. Any time from now, England are going to be into the final. England are going to be into the Euro final against Italy. That is the final that most of us want. I don't know, guys, what final do you want? For me, I want to see a team which goes by names of England playing a team which goes by names of Italy. What a final it's going to be. What a finale it's going to be. England going to a back 3. Or maybe Kylian Trippier is playing into the middle of the pack. I don't know, but all I want to let you know is that they are really resorted to a back 3. Jordan Henderson, such a passer of the ball. That is Pickford. Takes a long one. It's a throw-in for Denmark. 17 minutes played. That means 13 to go. 13 to go to see England into the final. 13 minutes to go. 13 minutes to play. Denmark are really looking for an equalizer. They've been sitting back. They've been sitting back for so long, and England really, God bless them with a chance, because England kept knocking on the door of a team which goes by names of Denmark, and they wouldn't really get allowed to go through. Not until a player who goes by names of Jordan Henderson put up a very good run, and he sat down defenders, and they really fouled him, and it was a penalty. Well taken or badly taken, and it was saved by a player who goes by names of Kasper Schmeichel. After it was saved, it really went into the hands of a player who goes by names of Kasper Schmeichel. Schmeichel saving it. After saving it, it really went to a level of Harry Kane putting it back into the net, and the rest was history. England, 30 years ago, England played the final in 1990, and now England has the chance to rewrite the history. And England last won a major tournament. The best result was 1996. That's when they last played a major tournament. I think that's when they lost to Germany into the semis in there. They finished 3rd. And I think they won the World Cup in 1966, isn't it? Yes, England won the World Cup in 1966. So I think they have what they have to jubilate. England. Just 11 minutes left to see to it that they really defend very well and see themselves through to the final. Denmark feel like they're opening up now, but England are really lethal into defense. They are really compact, and Harry Kane has been brought down again. And the referee says it's a throw in for Denmark, yet it was a foul on Harry Kane. Harry Kane is the main man leading himself, leading his team to the final. Remember, the new manager has been told at Tottenham Hotspur, Nuno Espirito, no way my lad is going or leaving Tottenham Hotspur. He is the person where I'm going to build my team on. Pickford has a poor right foot. Throw in for Denmark. And I think Harry Kane, if at all Man City is to take him, that means they have to cough out 150 million pounds, because that's what is needed. They might even add more money onto him after he's performing into the Euros in here. Great performance by England and Harry Kane. Remember, he had not scored into the group stages, the 3 games. Harry Kane scored nothing in there. Talked all the bad and shit about him. Then in the game against Germany, he really scored the second goal that gave England a comfortable lead of 2-0 in there. Then later, Hurricanes ex-pass couldn't really see out. England are really having a counter in here. This is Raheem Sterling. You know him when it comes to running. He's running them down. He's running them down. He has sat them down. England can get a third one in here. Hurricane, can he break the record of Gary Lineker right now? And he has really done and down. That is Hurricane in there for you. But Raheem Sterling learn from this. This is something Rashford should learn from. Rashford should learn this. This is how they play ball. Now, Kyle Walker into the corner flag, finds Kylian Trippier. Oh my God, the man. Harry Maguire passes it out to find Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw finds Harry Kane. Harry Kane finds Luke Shaw.